Welcome. My name is Hannah Romanowski, and this is Dancing in the Kitchen, a cooking show with a twist. On this show, we inspire and empower you to nourish yourself inside and out through healing foods, music, and dance so that you can experience more joy in your life. On today's episode, we are talking about healing the heart through culinary medicine and heart healing art. We hope that this episode inspires you to invite more creativity into your life as a key source of nourishment and include more foods that protect the heart. I can't wait to share with you all these wonderful foods that help to protect the heart. And we're going to talk more about that when we invite on our special guest. So stay tuned. Another key component, though, to heart health is exercise. And can you guess what exercise I recommend? Why, yes, it's dance. Let's plant the seeds of dance right now by grounding ourselves in our bodies. And I want to show you a couple exercises that help to open the heart so that you have a sense of softness and warmth. And this is such a great way to connect to your body, especially if you're feeling anxious or fearful or otherwise closed off. So the first thing I invite you to do is take your hands and put them on your heart and take some deep breaths. And then expand your chest, expand your rib cage, and give your chest a nice lift as you reach back, opening your heart. And you can bring your arms up and circle them back too. Keep breathing, keep that breath flowing. We spend so much time like this, hunched over, we're driving, we're on our computers, our heads are down, and anything we can do to open the heart just invites in more spaciousness and ease and connection. Here's another exercise for you. Your shoulders, bring them forward, up, back, and down. Breathing. Up, back, and down. That's right. Relaxing those shoulders, getting the tension out. Doesn't that feel better? We have more dancing to come in this episode. But first, I want to talk about one of my favorite spices that we're going to use in our recipe today. Step into a world where flavors tell stories and every spice holds a secret. Dill. Dill is a spice commonly used in Russian and Slavic cuisine that is excellent for the heart. Dill contains flavonoids, vitamin C, and beta-carotene, which help reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. Compounds in dill, like potassium and quercetin, help relax blood vessels and improve circulation, contributing to lower blood pressure. The magnesium in dill helps regulate heart rhythms and maintain healthy muscle contractions. Dill has carminative properties. Dill helps reduce bloating, gas, and indigestion. The essential oils in dill, such as carvone, stimulate the secretion of digestive juices, aiding digestion. Egyptians used dill for medicinal purposes and as an ingredient in embalming mixtures. Greeks and Romans valued dill for its healing properties and as a symbol of wealth. Roman gladiators applied dill seed oil to their bodies, believing it had strength-inducing properties. How do you use dill? Sprinkle fresh dill on soups like borscht. Use it in marinades for fish and meat. Add it to pickled vegetables as a Slavic favorite. So next time you're going through your spice cabinet, consider pulling out some dill and sprinkling it onto your meal so you can get all these incredible health benefits that have been appreciated for thousands of years. And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back. I am so excited to have my dear friend Diana Belenky on. There are a number of reasons I wanted to bring this lovely woman, an amazing artist, on Dancing in the Kitchen. For one, we dance together because she takes my dance classes, but really the most important reason is that I find you are just so full of joy, Diana, and whenever you walk into the room, my heart feels lighter because you just emanate a sense of joy and happiness. And sometimes, life is rough, and yet, in spite of the difficulties of life, you always seem to have that presence, and you're really looking to the beauty and the joy that you see in the world. Because you're an artist, and I feel that an artist creating is really manifesting a sense of love. Like, you focus on what you love. You find beauty in what you love. So I respect you as an artist, and I can't wait to talk to you about that. Diana was born in Belarus, surrounded by her grandmother's amazing home-cooked meals that were made with love. She's an artist and art professor. She has exhibited at the De Young Museum twice and has been teaching art for over 20 years. Diana teaches private and group lessons in Marin County. Diana also does portfolio development for entrance into top art schools. One of the ways I know Diana is through the arts, actually, because I was an art model for many years and had the pleasure of working with Diana. Diana, what inspired you to pursue your career in the arts as an artist?
Ever since I was a child, I always drew and painted, and it was the place that brought me the greatest joy.
Oh.
It was the place that gave me creativity and connection to the divine, and it was my kind of a meditation. It was access to who I really am, and it was time to connect to who I am and let the beauty come through. And I found that when I did art, I entered into a world of beauty and happiness and peace and joy and love, and all I ever wanted to do was be an artist.
Oh.
And so I pursued it, and I went to art school and I became a professor. And I do art all the time, and it's one of the greatest things in my life.
Oh.
And it's been amazing painting you and drawing you, having you as my model.
It's been an honor, really, because it's such a special experience. I don't know if any of you out there have ever art modeled before, but it's this incredible experience of just being in this space with artists who are creating. And there's beauty, there's color, and a sense of calmness, because it's such a meditative experience, whether you're posing or you're the one creating the art.
Yeah. So having you as a model is so beautiful, because I take your dance classes and I love drawing you so much, and you bring in this beauty and this grace and this flow, and you just know how to, you just intrinsically know it's beautiful to inspire artists. I mean, you're beautiful anyways visually, but the way that you pose and the grace, I want to paint you so much. And I have painted you and drawn you so much.
I am having a wild idea.
Yes.
Maybe we should do this on the show. Let's see what happens and where this episode goes.
Okay.
Who knows what fun we'll cook up.
Okay.
Actually, you have some art.
I do. This was a painting Hannah posed at College of Marin, which is one of the places that I teach.
I love these colors.
Yeah, thank
Purple
you.
and blues. Yeah.
You wore this beautiful dress, and I decided that I was going to work with palette knife.
Okay.
And a lot of it is palette knife in the background. I love texture so much. And I really love the purpley colors. It brings us the purpley reds. It brings us to the beets. And then you had this beautiful flower in your hair and these earrings that matched it. And just your beauty and grace, you know, so inspirational for this.
You're so sweet. Well, look at that. Just Diana's, all of her work is there's so much love and color and emotion in it. So thank you for sharing. And
yes.
I noticed that we have another one. This was another one. And I remember this. It was such a beautiful day in the garden, and the light was trickling through the trees, and the wind was blowing. Yeah.
Yes, this was for a private group of mine. So I teach at a university college level, and then I also teach private groups in Marin. So this was for my own group, and in a beautiful garden. Remember, you were in the garden in Novato, and it was lush, and it was almost like a Garden of Eden. There were so many trees and bushes, and I thought, oh, how amazing for you to stand behind. I think it was a grapefruit tree, or one of those big pomelos or grapefruit trees.
Go figure, I'm holding a fruit.
Yeah, it was the perfect location for Hannah. And you were just so beautiful, wearing this gorgeous gown, and the wind was blowing.
Yeah, it was magical.
It was so fun painting you that day.
Oh, I loved it too.
Yeah.
And Diana, if people wanted to work with you, how can they? What do you offer, and how can they? I'm going to put this back now.
Yes.
Okay.
So people can contact me through my website, which is dianabelenky.com. And I offer group lessons. I offer private lessons. What I do is I work with high school students that are talented artists that are trying to get into art schools. And I've gotten a lot of students into top art schools in the country, and I work with them in portfolio development. And it's been wonderful. I love working with students and teaching them and watching them grow.
Yeah, you're such a wonderful teacher. I know you are.
Thank you.
So there's another reason I wanted to invite you on the show, and that is we both share Belarusian heritage. Mm-hmm. Yes. And my father came to this country as a boy, but you were actually born in Minsk, and you grew up in Belarusian culture.
Yeah.
And I asked you, so what is a salad? Because I love salads. What is a salad you grew up eating? And you shared with me a delicious salad. So I'm really looking forward to making that with you today.
I love the salad. It's got this sweet and sour flavor. It's delicious. It's crunchy. There's hearty stuff like potatoes and beets and carrots, and one of my favorite salads.
Yeah, and it's very nutritious too, and it is like a meal. So it's very hearty for that hearty winter weather. Yes.
Yeah, for the cold weather.
What do you have, before we get to making our salad, I wanted to ask, do you have a favorite food memory from your childhood?
Definitely my grandmother. She would make these elaborate meals. I remember her in the kitchen hours and hours. I would watch her, and it would be this and this, just so much energy and time into it, but it was delicious and amazing. And I would just watch her cook, and she did it with such love, and she did it for her family, which was us. And when I tasted it, it was amazing. I could almost just feel her love in the food. And I remember as a child, she would always have an apron on because she was always cooking, and that was part of the culture. And I would remember her hugging me, and it would smell like onion. And I'm like, ooh, the smell of fresh onion, like raw onion. It's a strong smell, but it reminds me of my childhood, of my grandmother. Oh, such good memories.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so nice to have such a wonderful connection with onion.
Yeah.
Well, you actually shared with me a picture of your grandmother.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's put that up now. Isn't she beautiful? Aww.
I love her so much. Yeah. This was when she was younger. Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. And you inspired me by sharing with me about your grandmother to honor my grandmother today, too. This is February. It's Heart Health Awareness Month. It's also my birthday month, and the birthday stone for February is an amethyst. And my grandfather, this belonged to my grandmother. My grandfather gave it to her for one of their anniversaries. He said it was the Purple Heart of Bravery for putting up with him all those years. So on special occasions, and she did deserve it. On special occasions, I like to wear it to honor my grandmother. And today's the perfect time, so thank you for that.
Yeah.
I have another question. What do you do to bring more creativity and joy into the kitchen?
I like color because I'm an artist, of course.
I had a feeling.
So yeah, anything that's bright, I love it so much.
Yeah.
You know, all the combinations of colors, and anytime I see, even if I lay out something to eat that's simple, I'll put the tomatoes and kind of anything that's beautiful and colorful makes me want to eat it. And so fruits and vegetables obviously are so beautiful, and I try to incorporate more of that into my diet. Yeah.
I love that because it's a creative process in the kitchen, and one you must have inherited your creativity from your grandmother.
Yes, it comes from that side of the family.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'm so excited to make this wonderful recipe from Belarusian culture. It's a Slavic salad. Would you agree?
Yes.
Does it have a name?
Yes, vinaigrette.
What she said. Can you say that again?
Vinaigrette.
Yeah. I lost touch with my ancestral language, so thank you for that. Vinaigrette.
Sure.
Oh, like vinaigrette.
Yeah, like vinaigrette, but it's
Great. So one of the main ingredients is beets,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, and how, so by the way, all these vegetables they're cooked already. Yeah, you want to have them cooked. You cook them, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And do you peel them or not?
Yes.
So in general, I prefer not to peel my vegetables because most of the nutrition is in the peel or right beneath the peel. However, for this salad, because the beets are cooked, the peel comes off so quickly. So I think that's a good thing to do. And this is going to be messy. I love it. We love colors,
very
right?
messy. Yeah.
And notice we wore good colors for this. This is my beet dress. Yeah. So how many beets should we put in?
3 or 4 for the salad,
3 or 4, okay. And how many carrots? Actually, could you peel those beets?
Yes.
Okay, and we'll just put the peel right back in the bowl, I think.
Yeah.
For now. It's kind of messy, but I like things to be messy with food, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be messy.
Luckily we have a red carpet underneath our feet, so. Don't get caught red-handed.
Oh my God, beets is so red everywhere.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Count the beet puns we used today.
Oh my God.
And you want to dice it. I'm using my food processor here, but if you're doing it by hand, you want to like a small dice or a big dice?
Yeah, I would say a small dice.
A small dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so much better to use fresh than canned beets. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah. The taste is totally different.
Totally different.
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah. Beets are rich in nitrates, which help lower your blood pressure and improve blood flow. They are excellent for supporting your heart health. They're also packed with antioxidants, which reduce inflammation and protect cells from damage. Beets are great for improving athletic performance by enhancing oxygen efficiency in the body. So it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let's actually move on to potatoes.
Yes.
We're peeling the potatoes. Could you peel the potatoes?
Sure,
Thank
sure.
you. So potatoes actually, they get a bad rap, but they're really good for you. They're an excellent source of potassium, which supports healthy blood pressure levels and muscle function. They're high in fiber when eaten with the skin on, especially to promote gut health and digestion. Again, I'm peeling them today just because it's coming off so easily. And potatoes provide energy through their complex carbohydrates while being low in fat. And here's a tip. If you cook your beets and then refrigerate it, it increases their resistance starch, which is really a good thing. So consider doing that. And this is getting really messy. I'm going to go ahead. How's the potatoes doing?
It's good.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Now you're adding carrots, and while you're doing that, I am going to talk about onion.
Yes.
And that wonderful smell that your grandmother's apron.
Yes.
And onions contain, actually, they contain quercetin, which is a powerful antioxidant that supports your heart health by reducing inflammation. And they also are prebiotic, and they feed your healthy gut microbes. So they're very good for your gut health, and that's going to benefit you overall. Onions also have immune boosting qualities. Allicin, which is when you get that oniony kind of tearful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's called allicin, and it's an antioxidant that's really good for your immune system. So you do want to cry those tears of joy. But you know what's so special about this food too? Is the sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Did your grandmother make sauerkraut?
Yes, she would make sauerkraut, and
Yeah.
she would make pickles, and it is quite an art to make that.
Yeah.
I remember we would chop the sauerkraut, then she'd put it in this container and squish it and squish it and squish it, and then
Or pound
yeah,
it.
pound it,
Yeah.
and then it was, I don't remember the recipe exactly, but it was dill seeds, and it was something else, and it was something else, and sugar and salt, and
Dill seeds.
Yes, in the sauerkraut.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it turned out amazing. She was an artist with pickling. And by the way, it is an art form. Pickling, getting it to taste really good, is very specific. Yeah, and she was amazing at it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, pickles.
Well, pickles, especially fermented ones, they're such a great source of probiotics. So good for your gut health.
Yeah.
So this is an incredibly nourishing salad. So we're going to be adding, let's see, we had like 2 carrots or 3 carrots?
3 carrots, 3 or 4 depending on the size.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's enough because these are pretty big carrots.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, there are a couple ingredients that are great for this recipe that we don't have today because I left them at home. Oops. One is olive oil, and then the other one is green peas. And green peas are a great source of plant protein. Actually.
Yeah, sweet peas kind of in a can, which is not the best, but they
But what about frozen?
No, it was sweet peas in a can usually they add, which is, it's not, the healthiest thing in a can, but it just adds this like really nice other sweet flavor because this is sweet. It's sort of a sweet and sour salad. It's got that balanced flavor of the opposites, which we all know about in art. Opposite colors, it's all connected. We won't get into the whole art.
It's all related.
It's all related. Balancing of elements,
Right, right. Yeah, so we're going to be adding the pickles now, and then we're almost done. We have the sauerkraut, and then we also have some fresh herbs. And we chop these really fine?
Yes.
Okay, so I actually, in addition to parsley, I also have some dill. Some fresh dill herb. So shall we add that?
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Wonderful. Did we get the onion in yet?
Not yet.
Oh, and then we add the onion. So I'm going to chop the herbs.
Okay.
Actually, maybe we should switch.
Sure.
Why don't you chop the herbs?
Yeah.
And I'll add the onion. There's so many nice smells coming out. I have to throw the food at some point, right? Do you have any tips about color therapy and art and food? I'm putting her on the spot right now.
Let's see. Yeah, I think that color for I notice kind of like when I eat warm colors, for instance, oranges, yellows, reds, I feel there's a certain feeling that I feel kind of warm, homey, sort of, nourishing. When I eat cool things like greens and blues and purples, there's a different feeling. It's sort of refreshing and cooling, and
I love that.
Yeah,
it's really just getting in touch with your body and the full sensory experience of eating.
It is a full sensory experience. Yeah, and I also make a lot of smoothies at home too to give that fresh, raw, to balance out the cooked. I do a lot of smoothies, and I love the colors. For instance, blueberries and something else gives me that, it's purpley kind of blue. I get a certain vibe. I want to, if it's beautiful, I really want to drink it or eat it.
I love it. Yeah.
Or like a very red or orangey kind of, in the summers, I'll do, cantaloupes or whatever for that orange, or I'll do like raspberry smoothies and strawberry and get that bright red. And when I see it, I'm like, I want to drink this so much.
Well, it's so nourishing, especially like beets. The deeper and richer the color of your vegetables, the more nutritionally dense they are, because different colors correspond to different antioxidants and different kinds of plant medicine. So you do want to get all the colors in the rainbow when you eat, as much as you can.
Yeah, and the green, of course, I had a salad this morning. And of course, greens and anything green and, broccoli and, all the asparagus and all that stuff.
Will you do the pleasure?
Yes,
of adding that beautiful green? There, that is beautiful.
Yeah, that is really beautiful. It's a very beautiful salad.
It's beautiful. So what else do we do to top it off?
Okay, so salt and pepper.
Green peas, sweet peas. We don't have that today.
That's
but
okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the audience won't mind. Won't notice.
Salt.
A little salt.
Pepper.
We're laughing because they're empty. And look at that beautiful salad.
Yay!
Isn't that lovely?
It's so yummy.
Come closer.
Woo!
There. Thank you for showing us the salad.
Of course.
Yeah. So I heard that there's something else that you do with beets.
I do.
What is it?
So I love to put washes on my paintings or on my drawings. And, when I have the leftover beet juice, I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. And so I've experimented with putting it, just using a wash on paper with beet juice, and it's gorgeous color. And I draw on it, and it's just, I love it. It's awesome.
We'll talk about playing with your food, right?
Yes.
Creating art with your food.
Yes.
Well, do you think we should give it a try?
Yes, we should. Absolutely. I'd love to draw you anytime, any place.
Fantastic. Well, stay tuned because we're going to have a little art session in just a few minutes.
Yes.
And now for the dance of the Beet Queen. Thank you for this beautiful piece of art. That was so much fun.
Thank you.
You're the one that inspired me to make this beet green crown. Can you tell me a little bit about why you were inspired to suggest this?
Because
it's a little floppy, though. Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay, because in the Russian folkloric dance and costuming, they wear these incredible, beautiful head crowns, headpieces. They're so incredible. They can be intricate or they can be small, but it's part of the culture to wear something on your head that's really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, why not? You know,
why not?
What's
fun. And you also told me there's a tradition of Belarusian women wearing foliage in their hair.
Yeah, flowers and foliage and the scarves with the flowers, and it's kind of, you know, an ode to nature and stuff like that. So,
well, thank you for coming on this episode.
You're welcome. It was so nice. Yeah.
That was so much fun.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. It was really fun. Thank you, Hannah.
So if anyone wants to learn how to create beautiful art and learn from this vibrant, amazing woman, oh my goodness.
Lots of texture.
Yes, so you can reach out to Diana and learn more about her at dianabelenky.com.
Yes.
There's one more thing we get to do today, and that is our raffle that we do every show. And we have all of our raffle tickets in here. And Diana, would you pick out a raffle ticket? With flair.
Yes.
Oh, with flair and floppy headpieces. All right.
Okay, it is 142562.
142562. Come on up. No, don't worry about your tickets. Just come up on stage. We know it's yours. Yeah, I know. Come on up and guess what you get? I'm so glad you won. And you win this beautiful sketch by the wonderful and famous, talented, gorgeous Diana Belenky of the Dance of the Beet Queen. There you are. Congratulations. Oh, and you wore the right color, too.
We're all wearing the beet color.
That's right.
Healthy living made easy. We cook it up and keep it breezy. From your kitchen to your plate, good vibes get away. Healthy living made easy. Taste the joy, it's all so cheap.